Finally, the Switch 2. No longer just a Twitter trend, but it's something real. Just going to be quickly recapping what they showed and my thoughts on them. Not going to be going over everything, but just the stuff that kind of sticks out to me. And they don't waste any time and jump right into the new Mario Kart. Mario Kart World. Now, I'm not the biggest Mario Kart fan. I buy them, I play them, but I don't really stick around. I skipped 8 on Wii U and bought it for Switch. Played it a ton at launch, but then didn't really touch it after. Mario Kart World looks like it's going to be a huge jump from 8. I mean, 8 is shockingly old. We've just kind of been stuck with it. Here, they very slowly reveal what is new in this Mario Kart. They still have the change mechanic, but it seems to be a bit more varied now. It's not just limited to the glider, zero gravity, and underwater if you want to count that. They still have the glider, but it's now a plane. And they do show a snowmobile and ski-doo, really bringing up the wave race vibes. But then they go off the rails and start rail grinding and wall jumping, possibly showing us more verticality to these levels. Then they show Birdo getting into a semi-truck and driving through the stage. Maybe controllable, but may just be some kind of environmental shortcut. There seems to be a new kind of depth to these levels now. Immediately after, we see Mario eat a huge burger item and costume changes. I don't know if this will change how your kart controls or buff your stats, or it could just be a simple costume change. But I kind of like it. It brings back some Mario Party 2 vibes. After, they just start spoon-feeding us more game info. There's going to be time and weather variations of maps. This is seemingly an open world Mario Kart. All of the courses are connected in some way, and the racing never stops. I would imagine this means seamless racing with no loading screens until the end. Confirmed 24-player races, and the gameplay modes they show look really fun. Knockout Tour looks very similar to how F-Zero 99 works, where you need to stay within a certain placement to continue racing. And these races seem to span over more courses. Really gives off like a Steel Ball Run kind of vibe, or Cannonball Run, or Rat Race, or what your preferred reference is. But it looks fun. I wonder if that means one course is 1 lap, or if these courses are 3 laps long, like some of the courses from 8, or if there's 1 lap versions and 3 lap versions depending on the game mode. There's a co-op open world mode. That looks fun. It just looks like a for fun mode. There will probably be more to it, and they are doing a direct later this month, so it won't be long before we see more. Also, it's a Switch 2 launch title. Who could have seen that coming? Nintendo finally reveals the elusive C button and what it's for. Nintendo Discord. There's a mic in the Switch 2 itself now, and not the controllers. So it's closer to Wii Speak than any modern console mic, like the PS5 controller. Mine's getting turned off. Second one of day one. I kind of like the way they've set it up for Switch 2, but I already have Discord. The Switch 2 can stream, so it's almost like split-screen multiplayer is back, but you don't even need to stream the same game. The way they talk during this part is like an E3 conference. I kind of hated it. The frame rate on the streams is not great, but considering the Switch could barely run the games designed for it, having your game and 4 other screens streaming is a huge improvement. I think this feature will get a fair bit of use. The Switch camera they showed, maybe not such a good investment. It's kind of cool, and your favorite content creator will probably use it for a laugh, but I think that's all it's gonna get used for. It's nice, but I don't see much use for it. They show off game sharing, which looks just like DS download play. They show it being used for locally available consoles, and it's not just Switch 2 exclusive. but it's also online? It says online, but the diagram isn't clear. I don't know if you can just share a game online and play local co-op through that, or if it's just shared locally and then you can go online with local players. It wasn't very clear, at least to me. We get specs now. Bigger screen. Okay. It's also 1080p. Let's go. 120 FPS in handheld. That's kind of crazy. LCD screen. Saw that coming, so no OLED. But HDR is probably gonna comp for that difference. Joy-Cons are bigger and better not drift. Mouse controls confirmed. That's cool. More internal storage. That's nice. And up to 4K resolution in docked mode. I did not see that coming. I just wanted 1080, 60 FPS, no dips. Dock also has a fan now, so this thing is probably going to be running pretty hot. A little scary. And backwards compatibility with select games. So not everything right out of the box. New game. Switch 2 Welcome Tour. Looks like a tech demo / instruction booklet. And it costs money? This should have been the pack-in game. Probably not gonna buy it unless it's like $1. June 5th release date. Start saving up your doubloons. They dropped Switch 2 enhanced titles, which we all wanted, but I had a feeling in my gut it would come at a price, and it does. Breath of the Wild, Tears of the Kingdom, Kirby, and Mario Party. If you want to play these games at max resolution, max FPS, no Switch 1 problems, you are gonna need to pay. If it's anything more than $10, $20 Canadian, I will be cheesed to have to rebuy these games again. Or at least put these upgrades on sale every now and again. It's annoying. Another new game, and it also looks like a tech demo, Dragon Dive. Kind of reminds me of ARMS when they showed off the playstyle with the Joy-Cons, but this is using the mouse controls and not motion controls. Also reminds me of Mario Hoops a little bit, but this one looks kind of just generic, not really grabbing me. And it's not even a launch title. Should have been ARMS 2. They do a quick showcase of games, Elden Ring, Streets, Hades. Okay, that's fine. Bravely Default finally getting unlocked from 3DS, one of my favorite JRPGs. Another Hyrule Warriors, no thanks. Y'all can't fool me a third time. GameCube Virtual Console, okay. Expansion Pass is starting to become more valuable. I'm still not gonna pay for it, but maybe when the library's a bit bigger. Skipping ahead, we probably get the 3 biggest showstoppers back to back, starting with The Dusk Blood from Software, aka Bloodborne 2. Nintendo pretty much pulling the Bayonetta 2 strategy again. Pay the devs to make the sequel they want to make and have it exclusive. A lot of people are going to buy a Switch 2 just for this game. And from what we were shown, I can't tell if this is going to be like the Elden Ring version of Bloodborne or like the Sekiro version of Bloodborne. Pretty hard to get a grasp of what kind of game this is going to be, but I can't wait to see more. Kirby Air Riders. I love Kirby Air Ride. My friends and I were waiting on this to be back on Switch in some way, and it never happened, but it's happening now. And it seems weird to compete with Mario Kart, having 2 racing games, but you don't play Kirby Air Ride for the racing. You play it for the city trial. And I have a feeling it's going to be a City Royale this time around. A must-buy. Sakurai said he was working on a new game, but I didn't think it was this. It's crazy how Nintendo knows his name shakes the pillar. And to close out, we get a new 3D platformer. But it's not Mario. It's a Donkey Kong platformer. Donkey Kong Bonanza. And it looks good. The digging the hole stuff just hits directly with my monkey brain. I just want to dig a big hole and collect all that gold. And the environments look so destructible. This looks like it's going to be so fun. I can't wait. Also, Switch 2 is going to cost $700 Canadian? What the heck? Please like, comment, and subscribe.